What you're about to hear could be disturbing.
So Trump is going to be the next president, but would his base have voted for him under any circumstance?
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not.
Bankruptcies, his sex assault allegations, even a $100 million judgment for rape, his connections with Russia, his comments about women.
Grab him by the pussy.
So what did his base think?
You know what? So what if he wants to grab pussy? I want to grab pussy. I wish I could grab as much pussy as he is.
Donald Trump.
Wow. Apparently 70 million people just didn't care.
Could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters.
Trump is a monster, but even monsters have a weakness. Trump's strength is identifying weakness in his base and in his enemies. He does things that few else will.
I think I would have treated different groups differently. I would have wiped the floor with guys that weren't loyal, which I will now do, which is great. You know, I love getting even with people.
He betrays family, friends, partners, and even his country.
Putin's a killer. A lot of killers. We got a lot of killers. Why, you think our country's so innocent?
But it's his very particular weakness that makes him vulnerable. This tweet is kind of sad. As you can see, Trump Jr. doesn't say that his father wouldn't rape young girls because it's immoral. It's just that if he did, he would have been caught. But you see, Trump Jr., he's kind of a dolt.
I hope Trump comes. I'm gonna punch him out.
And I really believe even he doesn't believe the depths to which his father will go. As evidenced by his answers to Epstein's untimely death, he doesn't seem to realize the appearance Epstein's death has on his father's lies. His father was caught lying about being on the island.
There's a moment where you had some hesitation about Epstein, releasing some of the documents on Epstein. Why the hesitation?
I don't think I mean, I'm not involved. I never went to his island.
And we know now as Trump's name appears on these travel logs.
Do you really think Epstein killed himself?
It's funny because this is one of those things, you know, if whatever I say, it's a lose, right? But, man, there's a lot of coincidence there.
Yes.
You know, when I've seen, you know, I'm not going to say yes or no, but, you know, a guy who's there, he's magically then, you know, within hours of being, you know, off of suicide watch, the two cameras that are on him happen to go out. The two guards just happen to... Man, it seems like a lot of coincidence. You know, they try to make Epstein, you know, they tried to make it about Trump. They don't talk about like the 45 times, you know, Clinton's at the island with him.
So did Trump have sex with young girls? And again, would that have mattered to his base?
So the connection between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein isn't new news. Trump admitted he knew Epstein for 15 years, even stating that Epstein, quote, likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. In 2021, as part of Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, it was revealed that Donald Trump lied about riding on Epstein's plane. He actually flew on it 7 times, but the flight logs do not include the ages of the passengers. Trump and Epstein were sued by a woman who went by the pseudonym Katie Johnson. Johnson alleged that Trump raped her at a party inside Epstein's New York home, but that case ended up getting dismissed by a federal judge, and then she herself dropped the lawsuit 2 more times, all in the span of 2016. And then there was another woman. Her name was Sarah Ransom. She claimed in 2016 that Trump, Bill Clinton, and others were involved in Epstein's sex trafficking scheme. The real story is the way the prosecutors victim shamed and berated the victims. They were girls as young as 14 years old who had been sexually assaulted and manipulated by Epstein, Maxwell, and others. And those prosecutors just turned around 2 years later, knowing all of that they did, and they cut a sweetheart deal with Jeffrey Epstein.
That's pretty harsh stuff. But as you know, Epstein was charged with raping children and committed suicide before going to prison, where child molesters are candy for freaks and deviants. And while Trump has lied about his relationship with Epstein, Epstein was willing to talk about Trump.
He is charming. He is able to convince people. So he tells everybody what they want to hear.
So Epstein had an island where he raped young girls as young as 13, and Trump visited the island 7 times. 7. And his public comments about young girls is on the record. He likes them young.
Oh, well, Major, I want to start with a short video clip from 1992 from Entertainment Tonight, which is owned by CBS Television. In it, Donald Trump is heard making questionable comments about a young girl. Let's listen to that.
Soon, Thursday night, you're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
Trump supporters remain fiercely loyal to Trump. They think all of this is either a media exaggeration. People are still not only committed to Trump, but willing to write big checks on behalf of the campaign.
When Epstein was arrested, it was speculated he might get a plea deal if he named names. but that never happened. This is David Boies, one of America's most prominent New York lawyers. He represented Bush in the Bush v. Gore 2000 election case, and he won. Then he went on to defend a same-sex couple wanting to marry, took that to the Supreme Court, and won that as well. He's now representing 9 Epstein victims in their fight to hunt down those who are part of Epstein's sex trafficking ring.
Do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein took his own life, or do you believe he was got at?
I believe he took his own life, but that's only because I choose to believe the incomprehensible as opposed to the inconceivable. It's incomprehensible to me how the American prison system could, with probably its highest profile prisoner, take him off suicide watch, remove his cellmate, not have the guards look in on him. Somehow the cameras are turned off. That's just incomprehensible. On the other hand, it's inconceivable to me that somebody could have penetrated the prison and actually killed him. As between the inconceivable and the incomprehensible, I choose the incomprehensible. But it is a mystery how that happened and why that happened and how it could have happened.
But if somebody got to him, I mean, that's incredibly sinister too. What does that tell
it would
you?
be incredibly sinister. And he had some very rich and powerful friends or enemies. Friends if he was cooperating, enemies if he was going to reveal things.
Is it possible that Bill Clinton and Prince Andrew's names kept authorities away from going after Trump? The inference being that if they went after Trump, Clinton and the royal family would have to face the music as well? But there have been weird moments where Trump awkwardly handled the controversy. Here he's asked about the Epstein files going public.
If you were president, would you declassify, you can answer yes or no to these. Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah. I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would, or at least
Do you think that would restore trust? Help restore trust?
Yeah, I don't know about Epstein so much as I do the others.
9/11, yeah. JFK, I'm with you. Jeffrey Epstein, yeah.
Well, does that sound like a guy with nothing to hide? And then there was this comment about Epstein's partner in crime, Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, and so a lot of people want to know if she's going to turn in powerful people. And I know you've talked in the past about Prince Andrew, and you've criticized Bill Clinton's behavior. I'm wondering, do you feel that she's going to turn in powerful men? How do you see that working out?
I don't know. I haven't really been following it too much. I just wish her well, frankly. I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well.
He wishes her well? Maxwell's accused of not only grooming young girls for Epstein and others, but recruiting them and then threatening them against ever revealing what she had done.
How did that affect your perspective about the election when Attorney General Barr made that statement?
It affected my perspective. I respect Attorney General Barr. So I accepted what he was saying.
That's Ivanka refusing to back Trump on his election lie. She's left the building and now she goes by Ivanka Kushner and not Trump. But that's Trump's legacy. He will betray anyone, even family. But the question is, when will these 70 million Americans start to care?
Damn right. I'm as mad as hell. This is not a normal election.
Whether the women like it or not.
Suck my fat one. This isn't their Republican Party anymore.
Trust me.
Shut the fuck up, Darren. Who's with me? Oh, yeah, the lie.
Indictable.
Out of sheer morbid curiosity, I'm allowing this freak show to continue.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Tick-tock.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.